Before I played Neon White, my initial thoughts were, I'm not that into speedrunning. I only played Celeste and maybe Dark Souls 3 super fast and learned some tech, but that's about it, really. I will just casually play this game and be done with it. And in the second stream, I started doing this. I can't go faster. Yep. I have no idea how we got here. It's almost like a magic trick, really. However, as you all know, every great magic trick consists of 3 parts, and we do have to follow the order. In almost every level you find these cards lying around. These are actually weapons that we can either shoot or discard, and when you discard them you actually get to use their mobility options. The first weapon you ever encounter is called Purify. Purify is normally an assault rifle, but it can also shoot grenades when you discard it, and the game immediately informs you that these grenades have self-knockback, which means they can be used for jump boosts. And the second weapon you get is Elevate. Elevate is just a normal pistol, really. However, when it's discarded, it makes you jump. And if you use it midair, it means you can double jump, or triple jump, or quadruple jump, or however much the level requires you to. Using these weapons, you try to kill all the demons in the map, and you try to get to the end of the level. That's it. The weapons you get early on are quite easy to understand and easy to use, which makes a lot of sense because they're there to teach you the fundamentals of the game, instead of just preparing you to become a speed demon from the beginning. However, when the game decides that you're ready to go, it starts throwing more and more weapons and more mobility options in your face, which can admittedly get a bit confusing at first, but don't worry, you get the hang of it. There's Godspeed, which is a sniper rifle that makes you dash horizontally. There's Stomp, which is an Uzi that lets you, well, stomp if you have not guessed it yet. And Fireball, a shotgun that makes you dash in any direction as opposed to the Godspeed's horizontal dash properties. For now, you're just playing the game casually, you're just breezing through the levels, it's still easy, and you're not even looking at your time, you're just playing every level once, just casual gaming, And at this point, your mindset is kinda like this. Now, I know how to move around, I know how to use my weapons, I know how to finish a level, all I gotta do is do it a bit quicker. Oh, you know what, I actually kinda like that one level, let me play that one again. And then, you see this peculiar object. Until now, you only had to think inside the box. You felt like you had to just run faster, aim better, or be more precise to clear levels faster. But now, after seeing that helper symbol, you realize that there are intended shortcuts that were put there by the developers. Now, after understanding that you can do this, you realize you need to look above, below, or to the sides and figure out an alternate route that can make your run significantly shorter. And we're still casual, You're not doing this just because you want to get a higher ranking in the leaderboards. No. You do this because it makes you feel smart. When you find one of those alternate routes, skips, or a hidden mechanic, you feel like you made a huge discovery. And it's not just that. The game shows you only one of the intended skips per run with the helper symbol. But in reality, there are many more in every single level. The time you understand this is also the time you become more aware of your surroundings. The level, the weapons you have, all the possibilities. And now you start to do your first normal runs to scout the map slowly, see what enemy is in which location, see where to get all the weapons, even which tech to use. Your brain is now overloaded with information about the path you're going to take, where you're going to shoot, or even where you will be in a few seconds. You are now a literal god of movement, creativity, and finding new ways to break the game more and more. And then you get a new weapon. It's a piece of paper. This is the Book of Life, or as the community calls it, the Booth of Life, or simply Booth, because there's no way that's okay. It's a weapon that cannot shoot, but if you discard it, it teleports you to an enemy, destroying them immediately and appearing back in your hand. Essentially, a one-shot weapon that you can discard as many times as you want and teleport while doing so. Now, the game already told you this part, but I assure you, you definitely forgot. Maybe because of your muscle memory about killing all the demons and getting that number to 0, or because you just did not read. However, you don't need to kill all the enemies to finish the level while you have this Booth of Life. You only need to get to the end. But why would that be important? Because, well, you're kinda about to realize that the range on this weapon's teleport is almost non-existent in most of the maps. After realizing that you can finish most of the maps after this in less than 10 seconds, your mind is in overload mode for one last time. You look left and right, above and below once again. But now, you are not trying to see an enemy or an alternate route. No, you're trying to see if your cursor lights up. Why? Because you can teleport to enemies you can only see a single pixel of from the other side of the map. Like, you can't even see the guy. And for the first time, you are aiming higher on the leaderboards. And still, you are not doing this because you feel competitive or anything. You are doing this to test your limits. Because you know that the game itself does not limit you anymore, only your knowledge of it does. And now you search advanced tech on the internet. You watch some speedruns. You absorb every single tip and trick you can to improve your time on the leaderboard. And you do manage to get better and better, even if by milliseconds in each run. You used to care about the colors of the medals you got from the levels. You craved the aces for all the levels in the past. But now, not even the secret red medals can satisfy you anymore. Because now you need numbers. Sheer absolute numbers. And there's no way for you to get enough of this feeling. And then you beat the final boss. Wait, the game is over? We have seen it all? All the levels? And the tech as well? So I guess there's nothing to do now. Except for maybe one thing. Yeah, you can still do better. So what do you say? Wanna start again?